Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So as I see, we are closing in on 200 subscribers, which is really amazing. Thank you very much for that. When I started this channel, when I started uploading a bit of more videos, I never thought I could get even close to that number, but it's really nice. I appreciate every one of you and every like, every thumbs up, every thumbs down also, because criticism is really important, I think, to me. I want to keep my videos now especially educational, also entertaining, of course, and inspiring, really also, but educational is really important for me because I want to provide honest, straight shooter reviews from the insides of the bike industry, sports industry also. Although I'm not yet an expert in sports industry, and it's a much bigger industry than you think and I think, but the cycling industry, especially, I have gained a lot of insight in the recent years, and with now almost 9 years of experience as bicycle mechanic and retailer, I can really share some stories and facts. And I would really like to do that. So I hope we keep growing in that way so I can really reach out to a lot of you guys. What we are here for today is the question whether tubeless tires are worth it or not. And I will especially put the emphasis on tubeless road tires because I have about 8 years of experience now with tubeless road tires. I got my first experience with Schwalbe tires in 2013. I mounted a pair of Schwalbe Ultrimo tubeless tires on my first road bike. Had it for about 2 years on them, no worries at all. 6,000 kilometers without a flat tire, which is pretty impressive, I think. Also on this bad boy, which is my touring bike, I have a review of my channel here. I maybe will do a follow-up review, like a long-term review of it, because it's been going amazing. And I've mounted a pair of Schwalbe Evolution let me see, all motion tires on this bad boy, also tubeless already, TLE, and this is really nuts. I have mounted it like in 2016. I have put a sealant in, and I haven't changed it ever since. Can you believe it? This is still the same tire sealant in it, and I haven't had a flat tire in all those years, all those kilometers, and with only one sealant. This is like a really extreme test, in my opinion, because I don't know anyone who had done this, because normally Schwalbe and also Stans No Tubes recommend changing the sealant every 6 months, and I'm clearly overdue. So this is crazy to me, but a really good test also, because I haven't had a flat. Actually, once there was an incident in which during the night the rear tire went flat. I had to re-pump it up to the required PSI, and it's been going great ever since. So one time it goes flat, and the other day is it's fine again. That's crazy. And I want now to provide you with some advantages and disadvantages of the tubeless system, especially with road tubeless tires, as I mentioned. Now, nowadays, most of the road bikes come tubeless ready when you purchase a whole road bike. Especially Trek, they, in my opinion, they are really great. They always come with tubeless ready tires. Of course, you have to convert it then and put the sealant in yourself or your mechanic, but they come ready. So here are some advantages of tubeless ready tire. The rims are always tubeless ready at Trek, so that's great. So first advantage would be the rolling resistance, because if you remove the inner tube, you have just one layer of material less in it, something less that rubs, something less that is actually a resistance in your rolling. Second would be, of course, the flat tire. Now you can run a much lower pressure with tubeless tires, and you won't get any like pinch flats or snake bites or flats like that. Even if you hit like a side a road bump or whatever, you won't get those flat. Of course, it's still possible if the tire isn't mounted correctly or there's just an issue in general. But if it's mounted correctly, if you have enough sealant and if you have a nice pressure in the tires, then it just won't happen. It's practically impossible. Also, the fear of having a tire blow out or an inner tube blow out on a really fast descent, it is really greatly reduced with tubeless tires, because also that is really not likely at all. And if you should run into a nail or in a screw or something metal on the street, then you have the sealant that will take care of it. I once had an incident where the tire was really used up a lot, and I had something like a little nail in it. I removed it, and of course all the air comes streaming out, but the sealant sealed it, so it was really nice. Then weight is not really a really big advantage, because you can get extremely lightweight tires now, like a Veloflex and like a latex inner tube. So you will go light with them, because tubeless tires are always a bit heavier, because they have to have a bit of a more stronger sidewall, and also that little thing that just seals the tire. It will be a bit heavier, so that's not really an advantage, but it is not really a disadvantage either. A really big disadvantage for me would be that changing a tire, swapping out the tire, is in general more work than just having in the tube that you can change in less than 5 minutes. You'll have to remove the tubeless tire and clean the rim, because there will be a sealant on it that will have dried out, so it's like a little bit of gum on it, and just in general it's a bit of a mess, and you have to clean it all up. Also, if you have a rim tape that is damaged or anything like that, you have to replace it, and you really want to get the rim tape right, because this is the thing that will seal the rim. Of course, if you have a rim like Campagnolo WTOs or from Mavic, you will have a closed rim bed, which is really nice and convenient. You just can put the tire on, sealant in, and you're ready to go. But that's not the case in most of the bikes, especially in the Bontrager rims. You have to put on a rim tape, one that sticks. In general, there are also from Bontrager, there are also rim tapes that do not stick. They are just really tight, and you can fit them. But in general, it's much more work to work with tubeless tires. But if you put the work in, of course, that can be done by your mechanic. If it is done properly, then you will have no worries for thousands of kilometers. And with an inner tube, you just never know. Maybe you get to have a bad one if you replace it. It's just a bad series. It just had some little fault in it, because not every tube is perfect, and eventually they will fail. They will fail on you. So I hope you gained a little insight on tubeless tires with this video. Of course, it's only the surface that we scratched here, but those are really some general points. I really recommend going tubeless, because it's just a much more comfortable ride without any worries. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and see you in the next one.